Summer loving had us a blast. Hey, y'all, come on in. It's great to see you.
We have a new shaving cream today from Ariana and Evans.
It's a beautiful morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
But on Wednesdays and Saturdays.
We are the Barbershop Duet.
Hey, y'all, come on in. Thank you for finding our little barbershop. If you happen to be here during one of the live premieres on YouTube, why? Come on into live chat. Meet the Whiff Pack, a cool group of friends hanging out from all over the world. They would love to meet you too. And if you are going to be anywhere near Ansonia, Connecticut in the next couple of weeks, we've got a mention for you.
So, Ariana and Evans is hosting a meetup at their headquarters on June 7th. So make sure you're on their Instagram or on their Facebook groups so you can sign up to be able to attend the event. There are some fun things they are releasing at the event.
20% off and birthday suit in a shave soap, y'all. And what is our soap today?
Our soap today is one of the ones from the shaving cream line. It's a little more summer fun, so I chose Fresh Mango.
And one of our commenters on our channel was really happy we're doing this too. Let's meet the soap. All right, y'all, from the sales page at aegrooming.com.
Fresh Mango is a slightly tart and sweet vine-ripened goodness. My favorite fruit is now one of our favorite scents in our shaving cream. We have added a hint of black currant and apricot to this delectable shaving cream.
Oh, this puts the ape in apricot.
So good news, it is not just mango, my friends.
There's more surprises still.
Yeah.
Fresh mango, apricot, blackcurrant, and sandalwood. I thought we were going to be opening a single note soap today,
Yep.
y'all, but there are going to be some mysteries and wonders hiding inside this box. Let's open it. This is how they come, y'all. And if you have yet to see or experience one of Peter's new creams, they are game changers. And y'all, look at that label. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, I'm getting whiffs. I got to close my nose already. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. And the
kind of matches those labels in the same shaving cream style, so we're on your shelf. They're all red.
Y'all, and if you want to bowl and brush lather, great. If you want to take this right to the face or the legs, we don't judge. That's what these are designed to do. But I bring you glad tidings of great joy. The quality and intensity of these scents are on par with everything else in the AE line. Let's have a first impression. You are our mango fan around here. I want you to go first. Half of your lotions from the old days were mango
It's
scented.
true. Yeah, Marcus is technically allergic to mango, but he can use the shaving creams.
Eat it.
This is the shade of the pour here. It's a little darker.
Very
Okay.
nice. Okay, here we go.
It is a potent one. I barely even put it up to my nose yet. Yeah, watch out.
Okay, here we go.
It needs a long whiff, y'all. Okay, I didn't know that I knew what blackcurrant was until I got a whiff of something like it introduces the mango, but it's not the over-the-top scratch and sniff version of the mango. It's
Gotcha.
the subtly sweet. I know that they know the Philippines and the kind of mangoes options they have there.
Right.
They are quality, and that's the type of mango. It's the real mango in here. Like, it's gentle, soft, and juicy, but it's for sure mango. It's not turned up too much that it's in your face. Like, this is a classy mango, my friends. That black currant, I did not assume would go so well with this, but it does, my friends. And the sandalwood adds like a little gentlemanly, creamy exit at the end. I forget what the other thing was in there, but whatever it is, it's blending well. I mean, you have to like mangoes because it is mango in the title, but the other stuff in there are kind of making their own little thumbprint on the mango action.
I don't even need to smell it now. Good night, everybody. You'll smell better just watching this.
I feel like you can smell it from there. It's potent.
I've kept my nose closed to the inside, so I won't smell anything.
I love how it approaches the sweet line. Oh, I just got the apricot. That's what's in here. That's keeping it from getting too sweet, too mango-ish, if that could be a thing.
Right.
But for some people, mango can be a little too sweet. It naturally has that. The mango in here is keeping a little capper on this.
You are actually tapping into something that I wanted to mention, and I haven't mentioned to you yet. Sometimes for me, a shaving soap can smell vastly different depending on what you just ate for lunch or depending on what other 3 or 4 scents you just smelled. Now, hold on.
Okay.
I think good perfumers use this to their advantage. So when you have a beautiful, pure, perfect mango, A good perfumer's nose, like Peter's, is going to say, wait a minute now. In order to be able to get our noses around the full character of that mango, I'm going to need some other scents. Some of my soaps smell better after I have smelled other soaps, and not always the same kind of scents. So that's what's happening here, I suspect, is that these other scent notes, while not related to the mango, are designed to help bring out the full character of the mango. Is that what's happening?
Oh, for sure. It's like my nose finds the mango that brings me in, but immediately is kind of hit and cornered with the other scents in there to just show off the best angle of the mango scent-wise. I gotta say that the apricot here really helps the mango. It's funny, like you think you know mango when you're growing up because of like the chapsticks or the lotions or things that we grew up with. And then when I got to the Philippines and you had mangoes fresh on your table every day, that smell is different. It's kind of like when you smell Tang, isn't quite orange juice, but your brain perceives like Sunny D and those things as kind of being in the same category. This is the quality real mango that's coming through here. And it's just that juicy, sweet, subtle side that is not a candied or turned up version. It's just letting the mango be. Right. But the apricot here is kind of rounding, like, I do almost see the skin of the apricot, like that kind of fuzzy, kind of little fun part. It's just keeping it a little more gentle. It's not, apricots are a little more tamer, a little more quiet.
Nice.
The black currant adds a little version that you could just kind of turn this up. It has the A&E kind of perfuming side. I think it makes it so you can wear it if you want to dress up and wear this scent. You totally could. If you want to just enjoy the mangoes by yourself, you can as well. The sandalwood's making it a little bit more palatable and crowd pleasing. I think even more for some of the gents, or if you want to be able to have anyone take a whiff, they'll be like, oh, is that? Wait, there's just nice layers to it, I think.
Many of the Polo aftershaves are fruit centered. Makes perfect sense to me.
I know we've had other things from A&E that's used mango, like I think SoCal Hipster or a few other ones, but this is making it so mango can have its shining star moment in the best lighting possible.
Nice. All right. Here
Say
we
goodbye.
go. Having spent a lifetime denying myself mango because I'm allergic to it, I am so excited that I get to smell it in the shaving soaps. All right,
See
here
what
we
you
go.
think.
Taking it in.
Right?
Oh, I love that. Y'all, whenever anything is fruit scented, it goes way too sweet for me. Way beyond what the fruit actually smells like. And it's a little bit of a subterfuge, I think. It's a little bit of a way to make that fruit oil smell better than it might actually be. Make it sweeter. Again, I'm not surprised. But I love the fact that when my nose dove into this, the sweet did not carry any further than it does from a real mango, just sliced into with the same knife that was used to cut it off the tree. This is defined by how sweet it's not, and it's beautiful. What a perfect choice. Okay, hold on. Now I'm going to go in and look for the rest of what's going on
There's
here.
more in there, but give it a sec.
Oh, I see. Okay, when I saw black currant and a couple of those other notes, sandalwood, I thought maybe those would be diving down into the more bassier notes to kind of create a floor that these other notes can stand on. Give you a bit of a zoomed out perspective of the mango. Oh, nay. How can I better say this? Nothing about this goes dark. Nothing goes shadowy. Nothing to my nose ventures more than a step and a half away from that mango itself. And it's all being done by the lights. It's all being done by the fruits in their natural forms. Nothing in this needed to get dark or patchouli or tobacco-y or woody or anything like that. It's all playing in the mids to lights, which means in the sandalwood, you got to bring out a particular form of it. But I love how this was crafted, how you're not really sensing those other notes because you're not really supposed to. The spotlight is on the mango.
Like, I just get an image of a mango being in a museum gallery, and it's at the perfect angle, on the perfect little stands, in the perfect little lighting to show off all of its best qualities.
And I love that you said Peter's nose probably knows more real mangoes than mine does because he spends time in the Philippines. He spends time in these places where the mangoes are harvested. Well, where the best mangoes are harvested. And it reminds me that the best peaches in the world, when my grandfather, E-I-E-I-O, had his farm, were in the San Joaquin Valley of California. And my mom would call me over and slice into that first ripe peach of summer and just have me smell it. And y'all, until you have actually gotten your nose on the best version on earth of that fruit, you don't know the depths of its luxury. There is something about this that has captured that experience for me of being able to dive so far down into the character of the fruit itself. Nothing else is really necessary. These other notes are just a little bit of a song soundtrack to accompany what is undeniably the best mango I think I've ever smelled in this world.
I know, I can't wait to lather it up. I feel like adding water is just going to make it even wake up more somehow.
And I just got the blackcurrant. Oh. That's how long it took. Well, it's standing a little bit off to the right. Its redness is a little prominent, the same way that I find a red currant pruny note in the middle of Tobacco Oud by Tom Ford. That is what's happening here, but it's so subtle.
How about the apricot? Did you get a whiff of the apricot?
Oh.
You don't normally eat real apricots as much.
No, the skin is fuzzy. But if you peel it, I will eat that immediately. Well, this is interesting. The Venn diagram of mango and apricot do overlap just a little, but it's the sense where they overlap naturally already. And I think he's using the apricot just so you can keep whiffing the mango a little bit longer. I think where the mango would naturally fall away, that's where the apricot is picking up the ball and just letting you take that last 5th, 6th, and 7th second of that whiff.
It's interesting. Like, if all of those scent notes could almost be such thing as like the filling of a mango pie or something. Like, without the spices, it's just all the ingredients that are going to go into the filling. Like, there's something about these that just coexist so well.
This really is what the top of a beautiful State Fair freshly made smoothie smells like. As long as the carney's wearing a little bit of sandalwood, you know what I mean? Because I sense the sandalwood in a beautiful, subtle, creamy form. Are you getting that?
Yeah, that's the last part of the whiff for me. And it's the perfect amount of just kind of keeping that little powdery kind of finish on it somehow.
Well, I don't know about you, but I think I am ready to dive down, make a lather, and look at some of these scent notes again. All right, y'all, back to the sales page at aegrooming.com. We're going to take these one at a time. We are starting with Fresh Mango.
And yes, it is fresh. It has just been cut open, like I'm about to take my spoon and carve it out. It is that fresh and juicy and just kind of falling apart.
How do you know that a fruit is fresh? Like, how does your nose inform you? I think because of how sweet it's not, but how potent it is. Weirdly, I think as peaches age, they get sweeter.
And that's how you know that they're ready. They're just a little kind of movement when you touch it. It's not super hard.
Right.
So when I worked at Trader Joe's, they would always kind of give you little tips.
Oh, yeah, you have true mango experience.
Right. You'd have to actually know how to help people pick out fruit. And I do remember that one. I do also remember for pineapple, if you pull the little leaves up and if it comes out, it's ready. But the pineapples also breathe from the bottom. So there's everybody has their own little things that you got to love on here. Apricots, same thing. You want to buy them when they're just starting to not be too hard. Same thing with the mango.
I only exhale from the bottom. If you have never tried a currant, I invite you. They're kind of like a slightly sweeter, slightly smaller raisin. And the recipe where I use them is called caramel pecan pull-aparts. Up in Nevada City, my mom took us to a bed and breakfast once, and they served these and told us how to make them. Take that croissant dough, Pillsbury, cut it up into discs, roll it in cinnamon and sugar, put them in a bundt pan. Then, in a pot on the stove, 1 cup of brown sugar, 1 stick of butter. I know, the whole thing. A tiny bit of water. Mixy over medium heat. Make your caramel. Stir in some pecans and some currants. Put it over the discs of dough in the bundt pan. Put it in the oven at 350 for whatever the dough says to do on the label. And y'all, you can thank me later.
It's messy, but it's delicious.
But the currant adds a little bit of tartness that offsets the caramel in such a beautiful way. And it's kind of doing the same thing here. I love the black currant. Is not defined by how sweet it gets, but by the width of its character.
I feel like the sandalwood that's used in here just adds another creamy, clean thing on your exit. I don't know how, but I know that it's sunny outside, and there's something about the end of the whiff that doesn't make my mouth want to drool like a gourmandy hit. Right. The exit has the sandalwood that just kind of rounds out that edge.
That's a great point. The sandalwood for me is what makes it creamy, like a smoothie. I don't really sense a sandalwood beyond that.
Yeah. So it may just be called fresh mango, but I think the other scent notes in here are what's making it be a fresh mango, not just mango. And yes, there is a difference.
Well, and even a Coltrane solo needs another instrument or two underneath it. You know what I mean?
So I know you can't eat mango, but does smelling this feel like it kind of gives you that version, sort of?
I think I've just given you my answer. And where did you get this beautiful brush and bowl in which we are about to make a phenomenal lather.
This I got from TRC. It's one of their malleable 3D printed bowls. So if you want to travel and not worry about things breaking, this is great. Or if you tend to drop things, this might be your new friend. This is my Ariana and Evan synthetic brush that I've thoroughly enjoyed. It has a wonderful backbone, but it is still super soft. It's one of those ones that's a smaller brush. So wherever you put it, I feel like that's where it's going to go. Kind of like your smaller Sterling one. I feel like this acts close to that.
And modeled after vintage shaving brushes like our great-grandpappies used to use, and they feel great in your hand. And y'all, this being a cream that you could definitely just dig a finger into and go right to the face or the legs or anywhere you want, I really want you to see the consistency here. See how that just barely touch it and it comes up onto the stick? That's how soft this is, even softer than the butter on our counter. But it does, if you want, build one heck of a lather.
I did actually do the Peter version. I took some of the cream the other day and stuck it in the brush for us gals that want to be super quick. So then when I was in the shower, I could just grab it and do the lather, build it on my legs, and do a quickie shave. So I know some of us gals like to go a little faster than just make a whole day out of the shaving experience. So that's an option too.
All right, y'all. And the way we build our lather here on the Barbershop Duet is we basically try to simulate a tub load in a bowl. So we'll grab our soap, but then we'll use a little heat, a little friction to grind it into a thin layer of soap on the bottom of the bowl. And then the brush is going to come at it clockwise, counterclockwise, get all the soap we can onto those bristles, and then turn the brush 25% in your hand and repeat the process until it's just about all loaded up onto the brush. Then we like to dive down, grab the water, and then you can take that brush anywhere you like. We leave it in the bowl. And those big bubbles start getting smaller and smaller. Y'all, these creams from A&E build as good a lather as any of the soaps do.
There's something about the little 3D printout ridges in these bowls, too, that really helps the cream get into all those ridges so it gets on every single bristle somehow.
Right. And I love that in this wet shaving world, the least expensive of the products on the A&E line are some of the best performers. It is not always about price. It's a lot more about preference.
I would have loved to have a scent like this when I was a teenager starting my shave. Like, this is totally up my lane. I would have been needing this. But now you have it. So any of you that have kids that shave, this may be their thing too.
And Doug's Lane daughter shaves. Now Phil Decker just got his son his first shaving stuff.
But I know we never talk about lather, especially when it's falling out of the bowl. But my friends, y'all, there you go.
Are you seeing this? And as we dive down to look for some of these other scent notes, this is something you will only find here on the Barbershop Duet. This is the How Current Is Your Whiff. On 3, 1, 2. Oh, I get the current now. Oh, it's really grown up in this.
Yes.
Woo!
The vibrancy got turned up just a wee bit.
I'd say a lot more than just a wee bit. And y'all, what I love is I am getting the character of all 4 of those scent notes now. Yeah. Now that my nose understands at what intensity they're all sitting and why they're all being used, I can definitely dive down and find all of these 4. And I'd be willing to bet there might even be an extra note or 2 in here from Peter's improving.
I feel like in the lather, it made the mango a little louder.
Right.
But the other scent notes are still in there helping balance it out.
And I love that this doesn't go soapy. I feel like so many mango things go almost to a soapy place, but this stays real as if you just picked it off the tree.
Hence the fresh in the title.
There it is. I love when there are adjectives with scent notes. And y'all, when we do watch our Shave Arcade, we love watching how Angelo coats and covers the face with his various lathers. And while we don't do shaving here in the Barbershop Duet, we thought you might like to see how this formula works on a moneymaker or even on a lesser moneymaker. Look at this. Y'all, there are soaps out there at twice the price that do not cover this well. I'm just saying.
There's a nice padded version that stays with the cream, and it's still super slick that I've noticed. I mean, each one of the bases has their own little thing, but this is super slick, padded, but every time the razor goes over the padding, everything just goes on with it.
And at exactly the right consistency to never clog my Henson, and I didn't realize how important that was.
There's something about this too, like I could have keep building lathers all day with just that little chunk that I put in my brush.
Right.
The lather really wakes up quickly, so if you need to do a little quickie cleanup, this is the one to go to.
Y'all, and if you want to carry a little fruit stand with you all day, there is a splash. Why don't we take this a little bit deeper? All right, y'all, and one of my favorite parts of this show is watching Sarah open the tape on the top of this splash. Now, I love it that my A&E splashes have always gotten here intact and on time, but I also love watching Sarah try to open said splashes because they are secured so well.
One of these days, I'm going to go into the box without you knowing and pre-cut this off.
I know.
Because you start to rip it, and then it rips. And then you gotta go again.
Why would you deprive me of such joy? It's just that she does everything else in life so effortlessly. Finally get to watch you struggle at something.
I have the most flimsy nails on the planet. Do you see that? It's stretching. I just... falling apart.
Okay, this is where it just gets sad. Hold on a second.
Seriously?
Nights in white satin. But since you did most of the work loosening it for me, I think you should have the first splash here. Here we go. Feel free to get that on the dog as much as you want. I think this might be her signature
Oh, she
scent.
woke up though. See?
It's no mint.
Lady likes
All right,
it.
here we go. I just shaved for this episode.
Oh, it's gonna feel good.
Oh. Shades of mandarin going on in here. This got a little bit sweeter.
That black currant sandalwood. There's
you
a
go.
lot.
That's what it is.
Here, I would almost want this in EDP action. Does this have an EDP?
A bit of a honeyness to this.
Yeah, I know, Lainey. It smells good, right? She got the wiggly sniffer nose.
The what?
Her wiggly sniffer nose. You can see it go. Okay, tell me if you smelled this on somebody walking by, you wouldn't immediately just think it was meant to be fresh mango.
Okay, hold on.
Okay? You know? Like, there's layers to this.
Yes, but I would also think that was a cool person.
Yeah. There's something about, like, the blackcurrant apricot sandalwood on its own. I think that's the part that trails behind you. The mango brings you in, but then the little, like, tailwind that you have going by, I wouldn't think they just ate a mango.
And
like,
hold on.
you know, there's layers in here.
Is there something floral?
Yes. I almost was getting like a black lily. I know that's not a thing.
Right.
But like the black currant was almost becoming a floral.
Now, we're here in a funeral home. You can't get floral past us.
It's like here in the splash, I wouldn't call this necessarily a gourmand.
No.
I don't know how that flipped, but I mean, it's still mango, but it's not just take a bite gourmand.
It's not so smoothie
Yeah.
anymore. A little bit of the tartness comes to the top in the splash. Binds with the sandalwood in a slightly different way, a little bit more of an aftershave-y way.
I don't know why, but I would say this is somehow a little more mature than SoCal Hipster.
You know, I would not say she was wrong. That has a little bit more of whimsy playfulness to it.
Yeah.
Almost like late teenage vibes.
Yes.
This is like
that next
30s,
tier.
40s, 50s,
Us age.
60s, 70s. Well, me.
But I totally could see myself putting this on.
Yes.
And going to church or getting dressed up for a little Sunday brunch thing. Like there's just something fun and kind of a little flirty happening.
A dust of powdered sugar
Yeah.
in here. But I see what you mean. Even offset by incense at church, this might be a perfect Sunday morning scent.
I do remember going to church in the Philippines, and it was like one of those open side doors one, because everything's just so hot. So you got the big fans going, but it was like a walk-by church concept. It was crazy. But I see how this could be a wonderful time warp scent-wise that would just take me back to there.
Sometimes church outside is amazing. Well, outside is God's church.
There you go.
Yeah. Jesus was a carpenter, but he didn't build churches.
That's why when we get married, we were doing it outside, because we're as close to God as you can be, right?
And we can't afford the churches. Well, maybe if you guys didn't buy 1,000 shaving soaps. Shut up!
But I do have to say, I think I remember seeing that Sylvan Fog, which came out in the cream, has an EDP. So if I could do a gentle nudge saying that this could have an EDP, I definitely would be a fan of that. I know, seeing fresh mango and a single kind of title, you wouldn't think it should happen, but it should happen.
Well, and after experiencing Peter's pistachio, and then
Right?
Talia's pistachio silk, maybe Talia wants to pick up this ball for an EDP. Who knows? And y'all, in the last analysis, I love the fact that generally when these scent notes come together, they are way more of a feminine persuasion. But what A&E has done here is taken these absolutely gorgeous, perfect for summer scent notes and given them exactly the right masculine silhouette. So no one's going to be looking over your shoulder for your moms and your sisters. So it's pretty simple, y'all. Just be Marcus. The first day he got his Costco card. You're going to grab one of those giant pizzas, maybe a couple of chicken bakes. And hey, in the back, you're going to find some peach mango salsa. Well, hey, you've never really eaten mango before. This might be fun. And by the time you're on your third chip and you're swollen up like a Cabbage Patch doll, you're going to get your own. So head over to aegrooming.com or shavingshopclub.com to find this and a bunch of other stuff I want.
I am I'm back from my shave with fresh mango shaving cream, and boy, was it enjoyable. This scent just makes me want to smile and indulge in summer. I love taking some of the shaving cream and just sticking it directly on the brush and lathering on my legs if I'm running a little bit late. But then I want to stop and enjoy the scent, especially for this one. So I will be back to enjoy this one very soon.
Welcome to Messages.
So for our June giveaway, we wanted to give you a chance to get $25 to Pasture Pharmacy.
Yeah, y'all, in honor of their anniversary, and all you have to do to be eligible is send us an email here to WeSentYou@theBarbershopDuet.com so we can get back to you. It's the only way we communicate about our giveaways, and then check back here on our first July episode to see if you are a lucky winner.
Best of luck.
You know what's funny? For soaps that tell you they're going to be more on the simpler side.
Right.
Fresh mango. We should have a blow our socks off scale that tells you how far beyond our original expectations this goes. And however high that scale goes, that's what I'm giving this one. This is so much more than I thought it would be.
I'm glad I got it because I thought I would know it. But I'm even more impressed for the fact that I was very underestimating where this would take us.
Right. Well, it's like if you know Phil Collins, but you go to a Genesis concert. That's even better, right? Kenny Rogers and the Eagles? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This has Eagles in it.
I'm actually very glad we're about to go on our walk because I think I would love to have a little fresh air going by, smelling this.
It is still spring here in the San Francisco Bay Area. What a perfect companion to drag up the hill with us.
I'm going to make my sister take a whiff of this because both of us love mango. This may be her new jam.
Just hide this before you do.
There you go. Don't forget your next appointment with the Barbershop Duet.
You'll all smell better just watching this.